Hopefully that should be a little better. Okay. For some reason, my my audio was whack. It wasn't coming through the way it should. Let's try adjusting this a little bit. Is that better? It's probably worse. It has been a while since I've streamed, in case that's not abundantly obvious. Let me play with these volumes a little bit. That music's a little loud for me. Well, it just faded, so that's not going to help. Let's go back up here. So yeah, welcome. Sorry, for some reason I had a delay in kicking off the stream, mostly because I, my audio was not working for some reason. Specifically my Yeti mic was not connecting to OBS, even though I could see it on my computer. But it should be good now. I'm seeing audio levels that are good. So yeah, tonight's going to be the first time I've streamed in closer to a year than half a year. I think last time I streamed was like last April or something like that. But yeah, I just wanted to get creative tonight. Kind of show you what we're dealing with. We are gonna go ahead and be jumping into some designs, as you can see by the stream title, for stained glass and lino cut printmaking. I have been really getting into stained glass lately. I wanted to there's Seuss doing his Seuss thing in the background. I wanted to revisit some of my more neglected hobbies this year compared to what I have been doing, which is kind of just, all over the place. Being a hobby hopper, I have a couple that obviously are going to fall by the wayside, but one of the ones that I definitely wanted to pay more attention to, especially because now I feel like I actually have all of the equipment I need, is stained glass. So I got into stained glass making last summer. I say got into. I did a workshop, a little project, nothing crazy. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I really had a really good time. And then got some of the stuff for myself. Intro equipment, like a simple grinder, that sort of thing. Nothing crazy. And then following that, I haven't really touched it, haven't really picked it up since last summer. But just recently I made a couple pieces. I said, my resolution, if you want to call it that, is to kind of spread out the hobby love a little bit more this year. And so I made a book, like one of those little, that's supposed to be hung from somewhere, maybe like a window or a board or something like that. And I felt good about that, but I felt even better about this next piece that I made. And probably just gonna stand up. Let me go to webcam only mode. Oh, you can see my face. You can also see different background from last time you saw I moved. I made this little mountain. This mountain piece turned out a lot better. I think doing a lot better on the solder lines. So that's kind of been a little bit encouraging. Something like that I'm probably going to do, cut a small stand, so just a piece of wood, so it could just stand up rather than be hung somewhere. But yeah, I was really happy with that. And so I've been coming up with ideas, Pinterest boards, excuse me, ideas and Pinterest boards, things like that. That I might want to, make in the near future. I actually have a nice little, excuse me, this Yeti's still being weird. I actually have a nice little local hobby shop in my same town, place called Stranger's Studio, where I've been getting my glass from. So support local. But yeah, I think for tonight, I'm going to start out with some ideas for stained glass. I have 3 ideas off the top of my dome, but if, we're chatting, we're hanging out, anybody comes up with any other ideas, maybe when I finish, that'd be cool. I'm not doing any big stained glass window pieces or anything like that. Obviously, I'm still starting out, so we're just doing small stuff. And yeah. And then after that, we might go into this other hobby that I've been picking up, but still in the realm of digital illustration, digital design. I have recently been interested in lino-cut printmaking, which is like a form of printmaking where you take linoleum blocks like this thing. It's basically like a soft rubber or a soft linoleum, and then you carve a design out of it, and you're basically making a stamp. But it's very, artsy. I like it. So yeah, I like how those turn out. I had the chance to volunteer at my library for one of the events where they were doing lino-cut printmaking, and it seemed really cool. So yeah. I haven't done any of that yet outside of the volunteer gig, but I have all the supplies. What we'd be doing today, basically, is if we reach a stopping point with the stained glass making, we would hop over to CSP, Clip Studio, to start making up some designs for that. Because I think while I feel better about designing for stained glass in Inkscape, what we're going to do here, I think for lino-cut stuff, I'd rather hop over to CSP. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. Yeah, I didn't really mention it, but when I've been designing for stained glass, I've been doing so over here in Inkscape, which is a I'm trying to think of the Adobe equivalent. It's an SVG maker. It uses SVG vector graphics as opposed to like pixel graphics. I think it'd be akin to like Animate or Illustrator. I think both of those are something like that. But this is free and open source. So yeah, we're just gonna kind of hop on in. I also only ever have like eventually, I would love to have a Cricut machine, like a Cricut cutter, to be able to cut out like adhesive vinyl. That would make cutting for stained glass so much easier, because I could just like print them out. They'd already be pre-cut. I apply them to the glass. I cut them out. There you go. But for the time being, what I've been doing is I just have like a traditional printer, just a HP printer, and I cut out like the design out of paper, cut out the paper, trace it on, which still works. But it'd be a lot nicer, at least, to experiment. Maybe 2025, maybe one of my resolutions should be to get a Cricut machine. Maybe it'll be one of my resolutions. So all that is to say, the reason we're working with this particular aspect ratio, this is just a US letter, as we can see here, the page, 8.5 by 11. So that I can just cut it out easily. Not have to worry about any like conversions or DPI, modifying, anything like that. So I was jotting down some stuff in my trusty notebook here. A couple stained glass designs, couple lino-cut design ideas. Stained glass, again, I think I like it. I certainly like designing it from start to finish, because unlike designing or drawing, which I haven't done enough of that in the past year. I mean, I have this fancy tablet and CSP, my installation of Clip Studio Paint, but I haven't done enough drawing. But compared to that, designing for stained glass is a little easier in my opinion, because it is all just like lines, straight lines. I don't have to worry about shading. I don't have to worry about like disconnected lines, all that kind of stuff. And because it's in SVG format, I can be a little more precise about it. It's not so reliant on technical skill like drawing is. And that's evidenced right now by the fact that I have this Inkscape launched it just up on a monitor. I'm going to do everything by mouse and keyboard, not even bothering with a stylus pen. We'll hold off on that until maybe we get to the lino-cut designs. But yeah, stained glass ideas. I think the first one I want to start with will be pretty simple, I think. But it's a compass. I think a compass would be a pretty cool design And I don't think it would take that long to knock that out. So let's just go ahead, and I'm going to hide this real quick while I'm saving this in the correct location. I don't want you to see all my stuff. Yeah, we will just call this compass.svg. Not that I could get doxxed by you seeing the contents of my stained glass template design or whatever, but oh well. Okay, so I think for this we're just going to do everything on one layer. Honestly, what I should be doing is just have like a templates file and then keep everything on individual layers, but yeah, it's not that bad. So if we're doing a compass, I guess the question is how many spokes do we want? Do we want to have it just be 4? We'll fix this up, I promise. We're just guessing right now. I also have to consider like how big I actually want it. This is probably a little too big. Something like that. And this is also why I like Inkscape for something like this. I think something like that might be good. It's not just about like how it looks. It's also about like how easy do I think it'll be to take something like this and cut it out when it's all done, when all is said and done. So yeah, let's go with that. And we're just gonna mess around a little bit. I think we have snapping set on. Snapping to center, to object rotation center. Yeah, that's what we want as well. And the reason we want that is because we want to start making our next shapes based on this. So actually, I don't know if I want to. Do I want to leave this as is for now, or convert it to a shape already, or convert it to a path? Excuse me. I'll leave it the way it is now, just so we have an idea. So my idea for this compass is going to be, we're going to make a star, at least one, like this this four spoke star. We could do another sub one, so we have the cardinal, and the secondary directions. That's what they're called. And then after that, we could... and then I'm going to have a circle regardless. And I'll kind of talk us through when we get there. And then I think I'm going to extend one of the spokes, just kind of act as north. Of course, I should probably extend... Here's what I'm going to do. We're going to do another one here. Oops. No, I don't want to deselect you. Then we can do that. There we go. So we do something like this. We want to make one of them much smaller. Well, not much smaller, but you know what I'm saying. And the smaller one will dictate the radius of our circle. We'll say it that way. Let's do something like that. Yeah. And then get this. Can I not do it from the center? Okay, well in that case, we'll just go from here to here. And we'll try to We'll try to get it so they intersect. I wish I could... Is there a way to define... Basically, this the reason the circle was doing something like that was because the circle is defined by its exterior perimeter. So basically, the box that it can fit in, rather than the interior, which would be the box that it can fit. Basically, like the box that can fit within the circle. That's realistically what we want for this instance, but that's okay. We're just going to kind of vibe it out, kind of figure out what we can do here. Okay, so now that we have all of these, we need to figure out how we are converting this to a SVG. And I'm going to add some more lines in here, make it a little easier. This is not staying the way this is. I'll convert it to an SVG. It is an SVG. I mean, convert it to paths. So what I can do is... Do I want to cut this first or that first? Let's cut... Yeah, let's... So the secondary directions, the secondary spokes should not need to be cut at all. Or sorry, should not need to cut the circle at all. So what we can actually do is nothing right now. We're going to join those afterwards. What we can do here is we can duplicate that, and then we can fill it in. And that's important because we want to send this guy, is object lower to bottom. So something weird about CS or Inkscape that I figured out recently. I mean, weird. I don't know. Oh, this isn't gonna work either. This isn't gonna work until I convert it to an SVG. My bad. Anyway, what I was gonna say is the way that the booleans work with the paths. So booleans can you can use two objects to affect one another, like inclusive, exclusive, kind of thing like that. If you've ever worked with Blender, it's kind of similar. But Inkscape, you don't select source and target kind of thing like that. It kind of just treats whatever is above is affecting below. So not even layers. We're not even talking layers. We're just talking objects on the same layer. You can order them from background to foreground for purposes of rendering and things like that, but also for this. So basically what that means is that the topmost item will be cutting the bottommost item. And that's something weird that I had to wrap my head around and try to figure out. And the reason I wanted to stop that is because we are going to be using the primary, the cardinal spokes, to cut the circle. And I promise this will make sense, just because we're just trying to generate all the lines we need. So what I'm going to do here, the reason I didn't do that yet is because I want to make this a path. And now that it's a path, I can individually move this spoke. Oh, not both of them. Just this spoke. Up. Because I want to make that one slightly longer as kind of an indication of north. Because in my head, I'm not doing red arrow. I guess I could do a red arrow. Nah, I'll show you what I have in mind. And then let's go ahead and just grab everything and move that down now. Otherwise, it's going to bother me. Okay, now that we have this, it looks roughly okay. I'm going to go ahead and grab the topmost. And again, this is another weird quirk of Inkscape. And there might be a way to do it It might be like a hotkey that I don't know what to press. But another weird quirk of Inkscape is that when you use a shape as one of those Boolean operations in the paths, it will delete the shape that you used. So if you use like a cookie cutter, it's like, okay, you cut your cookie dough, and now you have to throw out your cookie cutter. It's weird. So what I'm going to do in that case is just duplicate it, fill it, because it needs to be filled for it to cut properly. And then I'm going to select the bottom one because we already moved that to the back. And then I'm going to go path. I think it is... Ooh, is it cut path? Yes, but it didn't get rid of it. So let's try that again. Difference? Yeah, that's what it is. Difference. So now we have this, which if we go in... Actually, let me just move this out of the way. You can see how it cut it. Move that back. We also need to do that for the interior pieces. So in this case, this guy right here, we need to duplicate him again and fill him. And then we're gonna, since we duplicated it, it should be the topmost. We shouldn't need to send anything back. So if I select that guy as well, you're gonna path. What? I don't even remember what I just did. Difference? Yeah, it was difference. Okay, so now this guy is independent from that guy. So now, conceivably, if I don't want to union them. I think I just want to combine them all. Yeah, let's just try a combine. Yeah, okay. And you can tell we combined because they all assumed the same stroke value. So like if I increase that to 5, which I'm not going to do. Okay, well, 5 pixels. How about that? It affects the entire thing. 10 pixels affects the entire thing. Now we can actually see here is that our points exceeded the lines here on the circular path, but I don't think I care about that much, especially because it's going to be pretty hard to be pretty precise when I'm cutting this out of glass, so that's not that big of a deal. Let's go back to 5 pixels, and then since we are already here, I'm going to take you. And here's what I'm talking about. So this doesn't, I mean, you could probably tell it was a compass just glancing at it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit more details to these spokes. Initially I had thought I would divide every single spoke, including the secondary spokes, into 2, basically splitting them down the middle. I think now looking at it, especially considering like how small I'd have to cut these pieces, and how precise, or not precise, but consistent. Because, you want all the cardinal spokes to look the same as the same as each other, and all the secondary spokes to look like one another. Because of that reason, I don't think I'm going to split the secondary spokes. I'll only split the primary and call it a day. Yeah, let's do that. And then we can get into at that point it's it's a done SVG. I don't really have to do much else after that. Let's go ahead and draw straight lines and Bezier curves. In this case, thank God for snapping. So we're going to snap here to there, call that good. Here to there, call that good. And then here to here to here, call that good. And here to here to here, call that good. Okay, now just go ahead and select everything and combine them again. And we'll have to put those pixels back up to like 5, something like that. Yeah. Now what I could do, initially what I was thinking is have like, I'm going to save this real quick. Because what I have done before is go in with, let's actually make a second layer for this. So this is just design. And let's move it around. I actually don't think it matters. We don't want it too close to the edge for purposes of printing. Let's go ahead and lock that. And we'll just do colors. Oh, not colors. Colors. So previously what I've done is I've just kind of like I've just gone in with like a text, like a little text tool, and marked like the colors, which I can still do, and I probably will still do. But like the fun part about this is I can play around with the colors in Inkscape before I get out and start thinking about what glass I want to cut it out. Because again, I'm still starting pretty new to this hobby. There's only so many like colors of glass I actually have in my collection. I was thinking like white, black, alternating around here. And then maybe red on the secondaries. And then I have like a clear, it's not totally clear, it's actually, it's a little hard to, it's this color, which is basically just like reclaimed glass that I got from a thrifted picture frame. And then I have like a frost, like a spray. Yeah, I'll probably do something like that, or just do clear. I could just do clear. I don't have like I have more reclaimed glass. That's just clear glass. I like the like dappled, like kind of like almost shower glass. But I don't have any of that. And I don't know how easy that is to cut one way or another. So now we're here at colors. Let's go ahead and try doing some fills. Let's do red, just to see how this looks. And then we do black. Oops. We do that. Yeah. And then a white. No. So essentially it would look like that. Which is not a bad design. I don't hate that. Let's get rid of that for now. The other thing I was thinking is like red here as a north arrow, and then whites, and then black maybe for the secondary. Don't think I like that one nearly as much. What about just like one red? And then instead of that, what would I do for these though? Could do like the frosted ones here and then clear, maybe. I don't know. Let me also go ahead and hop into the design here and make this pretty obvious what the lines will look like. I'll actually make it like it will be like a a silvery, maybe like a... Gotta consider like how good my my solder is gonna be. Not that great, but so it looks something like that. Let's lock that down before I mess it up. Actually, don't hate that. The one red indication that it is, hey, this is north. Let's go back to our other design real quick. Just kind of eyeballing it. And it was red on the secondaries. White, 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 white. And black, 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 black. Now, do I like that? I don't think I like the... don't think I like that as much as having the one red. I do like the one red. Do I like red and white or red and black? No, I think I like the red and black slightly better. The problem is that uses all my colors here, which is fine. I just don't want, if I can avoid it, I wanted to avoid like two colors of two of the same color touching. I have other colors of stained glass. I could do like a blue. I don't think I like that though. Not just a red. Nah, that's too much red. What about a blue on the outside? And I guess this would be like the clear part. No. Yeah, it might just be... oops. I could do that. Have that frosted glass as the... yeah. Have the frosted glass as the secondary spokes. Secondary direction spokes. And then the clear glass is the circular part outside. Yeah, I'm about it. So let's lock that down, hide it. Go back to our design. I think 5 pixels might not actually be what I did. I might have done 10. No, 5 is probably fine. But I do want to make sure it's black. And then let's go ahead and above this layer, let's put text up there, and then let's just go ahead and say this is going to be red. Why is my text so big? Oops, that's not what I wanted. Make it like 28. Ugh. I'll try that again. And we will make it 28. Just trying to make this so it's not a huge thing. Okay, and then it's going to be black. White. And we'll just... Again, this is just for my sanity when I actually print this out, so I don't lose track of what colors I need to cut these pieces out of. So like that, make that frosty, or I guess it should be like opaque, but I'll know what I mean if I say F. So we'll just do there, and there, and there, and we'll do one here. Oops. Let's see. Oops. Come on. Does not want to do that for me. Okay. All right. It's obvious when they're bold. It is, but they're too small or too big to print, so that's fine. Okay, let's save that. I'm going to mute myself while this prints, but we're just going to go ahead and print it, and you can see what I mean. I usually print 2 copies, and that's because when you're cutting it out of stained glass, you have one that I used that I cut up and trace, and then the other one you can leave, and then like as you're cutting and grinding, you can drop it on your design and compare it. Some people are good enough and are working with clear enough glass that they just print out one and then use that one underneath to trace their design or even cut their design on top. The problem is that doesn't like always work, especially when you have opaque glass. So like anything that's opalescent, which my black and white glass in this case are both pretty opaque. So like for instance, this thing, you can't really see my face through it because this stuff is opaque. So yeah, I'm gonna mute myself while this prints, and I'll show you what it looks like afterwards. My Yeti mic is going crazy. Didn't want to unmute for me just then. But to be fair, it's been since I've had it since college, so it's okay if it's a little tired, a little worn out. Alright, let's put that back in there. I don't know why it gave me an extra sheet, but it did. Alright, so webcam only mode. And there is what it looks like. So yeah, just go and take all this, cut all the pieces out. Got 2 of them. One of them's for cutting, one of them's for comparing. And honestly, this came out a little big. I might go back in and shrink the design a little bit, or I might not. Honestly, it's not too bad. So, where are we at? We're at about 50 minutes. 40 minutes of uptime. would have been 50 minutes if I didn't have that technical snafu at the beginning. So, we got time for at least one more design. And then, if I'm not feeling the lino cut, which I might not be, I need to come up with a couple ideas and start sketching on my own. And just, like, at least with a stained glass, I know the process I want to go through. With a lino cut, considering I've never done it on my own, I don't quite have that entire process sorted out. The idea for that would be that I would go for about, or I would design it on, or I'd make my designs probably in CSP, just because that's a digital illustration environment that I know. And it doesn't have to be perfect, because I'm going to print it out, and then I'm going to use some transfer paper to transfer it to the blocks anyway, and then cut them out. The stained glass is like really like usually, unless I really like a design. Not that I intend to make any money off of any of this anyway, but like from like a selling perspective, unless I really like a design, the stained glass is always going to be like a one-off. I'm usually always just going to be making one and done. The lino cut, by its nature, is reproducible. So I think I have to be a little bit more precious with the lino cut stuff, because if I really want like a print to sell, I'd have to do a really good job on not just the designing, but also the carving of it as well. So that one we might come back to that on another date. Make my stream name a lie, because we wouldn't be touching the lino cut stuff tonight. That's okay. And then I never talked about it at the beginning of the stream, but if we get down to it, I got some games we can play, worst comes to worst. So I'm going to hide this again, just so I can set up the next design. So we got the compass saved. Let's do a new. Yeah, we'll go ahead and close that compass so we're not messing with that. Okay. Yeah, let's bring that back. I got a couple ideas here. I don't know which one I want to go with first. Oops. Oh, it's right here. I always mess that up. I do that in CSP as well. I'll accidentally rotate, but with that one, at least it's like a button click to reset. Okay, so... Dang it. So, other stained glass ideas. For tonight, I was really mostly concerned with the compass. I like that design, so I'm glad we churned that out. I have written down a couple low poly options, which, by its nature, stained glass is usually always going to be low poly, so that was kind of redundant. I guess I should have said geometric, because I have written down here low poly fox, low poly owl, low poly tree. All pretty straightforward. A heart shape would be very easy to do, but honestly, I failed to see how I would make that more interesting than just like two pieces cut and soldered together. So, I don't know. If I were worried about like tabling with my stained glass, which I'd like to do maybe someday. I don't know about stained glass. A lot of my creative hobbies maybe. If I were worried about like doing that within the next month, absolutely, I'd be churning out like heart-shaped stained glass all the time. I mean, it is almost February, but maybe not. Flower. That's very vague. I don't know my flowers. I can see it like I know what a chrysanthemum is. I know what an iris is. It's my favorite flower. So maybe I can come up with an iris design, but I feel like that'd be a little bit more involved than I'm used to, at least right now. Maybe we can revisit that at another time. A moth. I was choosing a moth One, because it could be a very symmetrical design, so like middle body, two different sides. But also just because the first piece of stained glass I actually made, the one that I did at that workshop, was a butterfly. So kind of harkening back to that, which is kind of fun. That one's hanging up in my car right now. It's hanging from my rear view mirror. Probably too obstructing, but you know, whatever. It's purple, my favorite color. So, I guess I can just kind of come up with a couple ideas here. I like low poly fox. I like low poly owl, and I like low poly tree. Let me just see, because like churning out a tree would not be hard. All I would need to do is like ooh, that's two rounded edges. There we go. Doesn't need to be filled in, but it's filled in anyway. And then I can just do... Oops. Can I not snap to middle? Oh, why'd that turn off? I don't know why that turned off. Yeah, that was weird. Okay. I know it's just a Christmas tree. But still. 'Tis the season, or 'twas the season, just recently. Yeah, I mean that's a tree. How do I make things more interesting than just a tree? Because I really liked how my mountains came out. I wish I could find like another like geometric mountain design. Let me see. And yes, I am just Googling stained glass mountain. Sometimes you just need to look through some image searches to find some inspiration. I guess for my next one, so like if we look at this one again, using the one that I have on hand that I'm proud of, it's very geometric. It's all straight cuts except for you know, this little hint of a sun or a moon kind of thing like that coming over the edge of the mountain. I guess for my next one I could do it a little bit more fluid, a little bit more interesting. So like here, let's just pull this up. Hey, you can see what I'm seeing. So like that's got a little bit more involved. It's got a couple more ridges, I suppose. And it has this half bowl shape, which I don't hate. I think that's kind of cool. Half bowl. That is a bowl. Half circle, I mean. That's too simple. Well, the mountains themselves, I mean. See, something like this is kind of what I did. Something like this is a little bit more involved. I don't hate that. I also don't have, like... I also have to, like, balance, like, what can I actually do with the colors that I have, because I'm not rushing out to buy any new glass anytime soon. I could, if I really, really wanted to work with the project. But the reason my mountains are blue is because blue is what I had on hand. I have black and I have white. I have blue, I have purple, red, green. That frosted and that clear. So, like, I can maybe do something like this. Simple geometric trees, simple hill. Let me try stained glass tree. See if I get any ideas from that. Okay, that's not stained glass. Oh, maybe it is. I don't know. I feel like half of this shit's gonna be AI generated anyway. Now that's pretty cool. With this, you certainly wouldn't have to worry about like pieces fitting together 100% either. They really gamed the system there. Kind of reminds me of wire wrapping, another hobby I want to get back into or spend more time in. Ooh, I do love a birch. And I do have whites and blacks. Could I do a birch design? See, and like a lot of these I have to wonder and worry about, like, these stained glass aren't really like... They're not really like window hangers like this or like this. They're like full window pieces, which when you're designing for that, you have to do a couple different things. You have to worry about like framing and all this kind of stuff. So... Oh well. Let's just try stained glass flower. Yeah, again, you wouldn't have to worry about like pieces fitting together if they're all freeform. I have something like that in a book that I have checked out from the library right now. These ones that are kind of like on stems that you could put in like a vase. That'd be fun. Maybe. Hey, there we go. It's lilies. They're close to irises. They look somewhat like irises. Oh, that one's kind of cool too. Calla lilies. A simple rose. I could do a simple rose. I suppose that might be a... Is that a rose or a tulip? Oh, I don't actually want to go here. Oh, let's come up with a rose design. We'll spend a little bit of time on that. Get out of here. All right. So, what they did. Now the question is, would I want this to be on its own? I suppose I could make those cuts. I'm so worried about some of these cuts. That's okay. Let's go ahead and just make... Let's make a quote-unquote frame. Okay. And we'll do... no fill. And we can change this, but we're also just going to be using this for snapping to the line. Snap to path intersections... Should have just snap to paths. Yeah, snap to paths on. So let's make a couple tulip petals. Now this is the fun part, because now we're at a point where we're not being super creative. But we get to make it come out. Okay, now that that's done, we can go in here and like shape it up a little bit. What if I make that guy a rounded corner? Make this guy a... Okay. Why does it always it puts me in the most random selections for that. Okay, that is kind of a little too far that way. Let's do this. And where are my handles? Okay. Don't actually want that. I want you to be a corner so I can mess around with you. I thought at one point I had... See, even with all my... Oh, don't want that. Even if with my slight knowledge of Inkscape, you'd think I'd be able to figure this out for the purpose of getting this to work, but no. Okay, so this guy I do want to be smooth. No, maybe not. Maybe not that smooth. Symmetric? Nah. There we go, auto smooth. That's what I want. So that looks like one side. Maybe I bump this out a little bit. Okay. Now if I copy that, actually let's just duplicate it, and we'll flip, and then we'll move it up. Oops. Let's move it over. Path intersection. That does beg the question. Is that too wide for a tulip? Might be a little too wide for a tulip, so let's delete that guy. Let's go back in. Oops. Do something like that. And do the same thing. Just flip. Maybe I can clean this up a little bit. Okay, let's... And we'll fill that in. We're just going to use that guy to cut him. There we go. And then I guess I can mess around with that. I was mostly looking for symmetry, but since I got that out of there, I don't really need it that much anymore. So let's go ahead and move that guy up a little bit. If I combine those two, I don't want a union. Oops. Oh, because I did... Probably because I included the square outside as well. Whoops. That's not what I meant to do. Oh my gosh. Well, don't want that. Let's just do a simple combine. I always lose combine for some reason. Alright, and now let's go ahead and snap. What if I merge? Can I merge? Yeah. If I join those two. Doesn't like it because it considers them separate pieces still. That's fine. Snap two. And yeah, it's not perfect, but whatever. What can you do? Let's actually, the way we can fix that, I think, is by making the caps and the joins a little bit better. It's a little bit better, but not by much. But that's okay. Okay, so if we're okay with that being the fill, let's go ahead and move you closer to the center. I actually don't know if I want this big of a square. Because again, I'm assuming I'm going to be cutting this whole thing out whole cloth. So let's go ahead and do something more like that. And then, again, I'm just kind of taking a glance at what I still have pulled up on Google and thinking, how can I make that myself? So let's also, we need some piece in here. Let's make it like, mess around with this a little bit. I don't know if I want that to go all the way up to the top or not. I don't think I do. I know it looks weird right now. I promise it won't look like that forever. Let's go ahead and make sure that doesn't have a fill. Okay, so that snaps there. I guess I could go all the way to the top with it. Actually don't know what the interior of an iris like that looks like. Hey, that's looking a little better, I think. Yeah. Okay. So now let's take that, duplicate it, fill it with something, and then take that, path, and difference. There we go. And we'll take those two and combine them. Why do I always lose combine? I really just got to teach myself those shortcuts so I don't look like such a loser, such a guy going around not knowing his shortcuts. Come on. Okay, let's go ahead and make the stem. Wow, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Get on the floor and jam. That was so easy. Okay. Okay. I guess we should have... Let's make the petals, not the petals, the leaves first. And I think the leaves will determine the width we're going to make this. And then that will determine the center. It'll also determine the center of the stem. Yeah, let's do that. So, leaves should be simple enough. Let's go ahead and make a new piece that is, yeah, to path. Sure, thereabouts looks right. We're just going up here. I know this looks crazy right now, but it's not, I promise. Just go there. And then we close path. Wow, look at that. Amazing. Now, let's go ahead and change that also. Again, stop putting me in millimeters. I probably put the default in millimeters when I was designing stuff for 3D printing. I gotta figure out, like, Inkscape templates, so I'm not always doing the same thing. So I can just load up, hey, what am I gonna do? Okay, so now we have this. Let's go ahead and get some life into these leaves. So if I do something like this, hey, that's not looking too bad. Not looking too bad at all. So if I duplicate it and try to remember what flip horizontal is it really just H? Oh my gosh. Come on now. Alright, stroke to path, cusp to path. Okay. So now, same thing as before. We're going to duplicate that. We're going to add some fill. We're going to take this and we're going to do a difference. And now, with this guy, same thing as before, we have these exterior parts. We don't need them. This guy, we don't need him. There we go. Okay. So, let's do the same thing here. Actually, let's combine these guys, because that's what we should be doing this whole time. So, path, combine, let's duplicate it, let's fill it, and then let's take this and path difference. Okay. And then last, we'll take this, duplicate it, fill it, take that, path difference. Normally, in every other instance of using Inkscape, I don't think I would really care the overlapping not like reflecting the like if there's an overlap and one of my shapes hides a little bit under the other, really don't care because usually these are filled in. But for the purposes of this, having these lines terminate, like if we go everything except for that guy, let's combine these guys, right? So now we have this guy and we look at our points. Whoops, that's not what I want to do. Our points. We can see we actually have the lines terminating at each other, so no overlap. Although I'm not sure what happened up here. That's a little weird, but whatever. And I did it again. I gotta figure out what control middle click is, or what program does control middle click, because I do it in CSP, I do it here. I don't know what program I'm like instinctively trying to do control middle click drag for zoom, but it's something. So yeah, let's go ahead and while we are at it, we'll just combine these guys as well, because we're gonna assume the frame is also gonna be cut out, and then we can go through and like pick colors. So let's combine, and our stroke style in pixels is going to be 5 because we're trying to be consistent with that. And then we'll call that, we'll lock that, we'll call it design. And then we will mess around with colors again. Put that below. And let's go do some filling. Obviously, we're going to have some greens. I have red. I have a red. That doesn't look too bad. I also have a purple. I do like purple. I do really, really like that, actually. I think I really like that. Let's go ahead and get some clears in here real quick. Oops. That's the exact... I did that last time, too. There we go. Okay, so assuming those are the clear parts we're going to cut. Do we want a frame outside, though? I think I might want a frame. Yeah. Because that looks weird just like that. Alright, let's hide the colors real quick. Unlock that down. Unlock our design. Oops. Let's go. Boop. Boop. Cool. And then we'll make sure that we have no fill. And then we will take that and we will scale it up ever so slightly, so that it is scaled equally in the X and the Y as best as we can. And then we will also take that, snap, snap, enter, snap, 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 snap. Now the question is, do I want more than that? I don't think so. Yeah, I think that's good. Yeah, I definitely think that's good. All right, before I talk myself out of it. All right, let's combine that. And once again, it chose my least chosen one. So let's go back to 5. Let's lock that design down again. Let's unlock the colors and unhide. Let's go ahead and delete those guys. Honestly, that pink and purple didn't seem terrible. Let's go back to filling in what we know. So what we know is going to be a green here, here, maybe a lighter green here. You know? You know? Honestly, I only have one green, so I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, let's just do those three. There we go. It was adding a stroke, so there was an extra border when I was filling for some reason. It's weird. Ooh. Sorry, I'm getting notifications. I happen to be part of partaking in a wedding party. Or I am a member of a wedding party this weekend, so we are organizing for that. That is why my phone is blowing up, which you cannot hear because I actually, for once, remembered to turn it on silent. Okay, so what did I have before? I had purples here. And then let's go ahead and do we're assuming clear. Could be the clear frosted or just the clear. I could do like the clear frosted on the outside, or I could just do a black, which looks funky now. But let me go in and have this stroke, make it like a silver or whatever it'll look like with the solder. Yeah, with a soldered lead. Let's lock that down again. Okay. We instead assume it's ah, damn it. That's what I did. Added them on the wrong layer. Alright, let's see how many undos I have to undo. Okay. Design is locked down. Colors. Okay, things we know. Greens. Some color for the flower. I could do that. I also didn't hate... Sorry, my microphone's still being whack. There we go. I also did not hate earlier when we had something like that. Maybe something like that. No, I think I just like the purple. I think we're just going to go with the purple. And then if this exterior is not... Let's go like 5% gray to indicate the clear part. And then like this % gray to indicate a frosted part. I actually think I think I like the black. Yeah. Yeah. I think I'm okay with that. Hopefully I'll have enough pieces for the black. If I don't, I'll just cut. And by enough pieces, didn't make any sense. Hopefully my pieces will be small enough that they will fit on the black glass that I have, because I have black opaque glass, but it's not huge. It's not like a big old sheet. So, yeah. Let's lock that down. We'll hide it. We'll add one above and call it text. Same thing we did before. Again, we're being consistent here. So let's text. And let's put it down to 28. I think that's what we had it before. And P. And actually don't need to enter. I don't know why I always do that, but I do. G. I know that's not fitting in right now, but I will revisit it later. Frosted. Frosted or clear. Excuse me. Had bronchitis as well. I say like I haven't been, not streaming for almost a year. The bronchitis was a more recent development. That happened over the holidays. Let's go here, here, here. And then I have to do the same thing up there, but I think that's just like assumed. Actually, should be correct about it. Let's go down to like 14 for you. Someday I'm going to actually sit down and listen to all the like royalty-free and available music that I have to me for streaming and find stuff that I actually like. I don't dislike this, let me be clear, but I need to find something more to my tempo. For some reason this is making me want to fall asleep. Which I know my stream is marked as chill, but not that chill. Didn't someone get in trouble for, like, streaming them sleeping? I want to say that was a thing. Probably violates TOS. Okay. I also have to do black. All right. I guess I could do something on the outside. If I didn't want to do all black, I could do, like, alternate it, like black, white. Or, like, black clear or black frost, whichever one is not here. I could do that. I'm going to make it checkered, but for now, let's just assume it's going to be black. Okay. I'm pretty satisfied with how that turned out. Right, I'm gonna hide my display capture again so you don't see where I'm saving this, because I realize I never actually saved it. Save that. And we got... What even is this? A lily? A flower? I'll just say flower. It's a tulip. That's what it is, I think. Yeah, I'll assume I made a tulip. It's kind of tulip-esque. Sure. And yeah, I know, like... Oh, let me unhunt this now. Now that I have it saved. I know I could probably, like, go get designs like this. And in fact, I know I have a couple books checked out from the library that have like designs on the back that you can copy. But again, I like making them in Inkscape. Gives me a little bit more feel, a little bit more control, a little more satisfaction when it's all done. To be like, hey, I made that from start to finish, literal scratch, you know, from nothing, from a concept. To be like, hey, I'm taking that, and yeah, that's really cool. It's very, very satisfying to me to just be able to see this through from start to finish. All right, muting myself once more, so you don't have to hear my printer go burr. Just enjoy the music while I'm away. Something is really wrong with my printer, or just specifically when I'm printing from Inkscape, I think, because it always gives me an extra blank page. That doesn't make any sense. This is an old printer too, to be fair, but I like it. I like it because it has a scanner. I need to start scanning all my photos in. All right, so once again, here we'll go to webcam mode just to show you kind of what we ended up with tonight. Oh, Peep the boy, Seuss, perched perfectly. Psst, psst, psst. Hey, bud. Okay, so tulip. Yay! That'll be fun. Honestly, like, this piece and this piece are going to be really tricky. Those two really, really small, like, frosted or clear glass pieces. I'm not sure what people do. Let me look at... Oh, yeah, some people just either extend this up a little bit and then have it cut off there, but whatever. And then the black pieces, honestly, looking at it now, how it's printed out, cutting that thinly for that long might be an issue. Not an issue, just I might have a break or two. Honestly, if I have a break or two, that's kind of cool, though. Because, like, if I can form that long piece out of a couple broken smaller pieces, that's just a couple extra, like, you know, a little bit extra visual style. As long as it's not, like, tangenting with that leaf, that'd be kind of cool. Yeah. But I'm most excited, I think, about that one. I think that is going to come out really, really cool as far as compasses go. Or as far as like a compass stained glass design goes. Yeah. It looks very complicated with all the letters on there. But honestly, it's not too bad. Yeah, I think that'll turn out pretty good. Alright, what are we at? 8:30 right now. Been going for about an hour 23. I think I could probably get away with one more design tonight. I was gonna say, like, we could maybe just play a game. But I could also... Don't want to do that, or am I gonna get burnt out? I think if I do one more design, I'm gonna get burnt out a little bit. So... let's pivot a little bit. And... play a game. Now I just have to figure out what I want to play tonight. I have been playing a couple things. I've been playing Manor Lords. Kind of a new... not new, it's still in game preview. I think it's actually like been out for like 7 years. Maybe not out, but it's in preview. Kind of indie developed city builder. Which historically I'm pretty bad at. But this one I'm kind of chugging along. I also have Astroneer. I also just have House Flipper, honestly. I'll probably go until 9:30-ish. So about another hour and we should be okay. So we'll see. I don't know. I'd say, chat, what are we feeling? But it's a little quiet. What am I feeling? I think I'm feeling Manor Lords. Let's play some Manor Lords. Let me go ahead and close this chill hot music so that y'all don't have to worry about that. And then I'm going to have to change the stream info. Stained glass all design. Okay, that's done. Let's get let's get our settings here first. There is music associated with this game, I think. There we go. So now we have music, and it's actually related. If I had, like, stained glass design music, we'd be listening to that instead. Okay, and then let me get back to main display. There we go. Why is that not? There we go. I don't know why that was not previewed. Let's go ahead and load our game. Or we could start fresh. Honestly, I wouldn't be opposed to starting fresh for a stream. Let's do that. And who do I want to be? Not that it really matters. Ooh, I'll be Els. But I'll be Granny Els instead. Hell yeah. Els, yeah. Haha. I think once I get in as well, once we actually launch the game, I might have to move around the webcam a little bit. It might not be in a good spot for like looking at my resources and stuff like that, so... how do I want my coat of arms laid out? Ooh, we could do something like that. Yeah, let's do something like that. I don't think I like that, but that's okay. Ooh. It's kind of cool. Let's make our primary color something like that, something like that. And we've done so much design tonight, I should probably just breeze through all of this already so we can get to the actual gameplay. Ooh, I want a chicken. Yeah. Make it a chicken. Let's make it a red chicken with golden locks of flaming hair. Oh my gosh, it's Jolene. Yeah, big red chicken. Behind an upside down crescent and fleur-de-lis. Yeah. That's not too bad. Sure. Now this is the part that I was going to say. I'm going to, just because I'm still learning the game, I'm going to do the Rise to Prosperity scenario or scenario template, just because I'm still figuring out the game as it comes to like the city management aspect of it. I don't want to have to worry about like the army management of it as well, because Manor Lords, for anyone who's not in the know, is like a blend between a city manager and like almost like an RTS. So you're like managing an army, you're buying units, you're fighting, that sort of thing. So that's like the normal default version, and then this one's just the harder version. But Rise to Prosperity is just city building, which I'm here for. So. Excuse me. I think I'm gonna do all that. That is fine. And on my own, I started playing on Winding River. Germanic Valley is the one that was like launched with the game. Like that's the preview one. That's the one that's the map that's been around for the longest. I'm gonna try High Peaks. All right, let's just begin. Okay. Yeah, see, early access. Even says it right there. Okay, new message. Yeah, reach a large town. That's what they want me to do. Okay, I'm going to pause real quick and just kind of look at the layout here. What would be the best position? I think in this case, the best position for my webcam would actually be down here. Yeah. That way I'm not blocking any of the, like, resources, any of this stuff up in the right. Not that I have any treasury or influence to be worried about currently, but yeah. Okay, and now that we've paused, let's go ahead and see what we have available to us. We have stone, that's good. On my other gameplay that I'm playing through, I didn't have a stone deposit in my starting area, which a lot of like the early buildings you need stone for, so I had to like get to the point that I could build a trading outpost and then trade for it. Salt, which is a rich deposit, that's kind of fun. Wild animals, which is a rich deposit. Clay. And, oh, this is the first time I've actually been in an area of fishing. That's cool. This water, yeah. It's a river there. It's kind of cool. How are we looking for underground water? Oh, well, we're so healthy. There's so many different places we could build a well. That's good. This would be a good place to expand pretty early on. Yeah. We got some amount of fertility up here for, not a whole lot for wheat. Well, basically nothing for flax, basically nothing for barley. Rye is pretty good here too, so I think what I'm gonna do is early on build up my logging camp here. Well, what does it take to get my mining actually? Planks, yeah. So I want to build up a logging camp, build up a sawmill pretty early on so I can get the salt deposit. And then also we'll do our hunting post over there. So we'll have basically like two sides of this. Here's our King's Road. So where do we want our town center? I can see having us have our town center like down here. And then industry stuff on this side. Stone deposit, salt deposit, animals. So let's go ahead and make a logging camp. And we'll make it over here. And then we'll also make a sawmill. Actually, let's make a road while we're at it. Yeah, I got it. Make this road go down here. And we'll make our sawmill on the road. And then we can make a storehouse not far from those two, eventually. Because I think if we make the storehouse in this general area, it'll be good for the stone, for the salt, and for the clay eventually. So let's just go ahead and make another road, because I know we're going to need one. We'll make it from there. Actually, no, we'll make it from here. This is a very wild road, but that's okay. And then on that road is where we're going to put our storehouse. Yeah. Do I want it on that road? Probably want it on the King's Road. Yeah, we want it on this road. Put it right there. And let's go ahead and fast forward. I know you all don't have stuff. Supplies, hitching post. Let's go ahead and move our hitching post because they're going to be using it pretty frequently here. So let's do that right now. And logging cabin or logging camp is the first under construction. Okay. Oh, hitching post is what finished. I'm also going to need a woodcutter's camp so that I don't run out of fuel. So let's go ahead and put that across from the sawmill, sure. And let's speed up. And again, this is going to be our town center down here. So we're probably going to have a, so you're going to say exposed goods, storehouse, and pantry. Yeah, I need to make a pantry too. That'll be okay. We will do that by connecting this road. The storehouse is going right there. Put that right there. Over there. And we did that like that so that we can build our hunting camp along here. And he is going to hunt. And then also granary, that's what we need. And our granary can be along that road. We don't have enough timber though. Yeah, that's okay. We will get timber in short order because timber is the first one that is done. So let's go ahead and do that. He's going to clear out a lot of this area first. And I know I don't have any living spaces. That will also be next up on the block. So where do I want this guy? Probably along this road. Yeah, we'll just do it just across. We'll do it right next to the right next to the hunting camp, and the only reason we're doing that is because I don't know of any other food production we have right now. We will have fish eventually, but it's not going to be for a while. Okay. We increase storehouse. I should make a market stall area too. That's right. Let's make some. Let's plan some routes out. So we said this is going to be our town square. We say this. What's the like? It's too ambitious right now. But, you know, we're here for it. I like the curvy roads. Those are always fun. Okay. It's a good start. I guess I can have some burgage plots behind here. It's not going to affect anything adversely. Yeah, let's go ahead and make our market. And we will say our market is here. So it's going to be a lot of stalls, a lot more than I need right now, so that'll be okay. And then we need to make burgage plots eventually. Yeah, burgage plots are actually like one of the coolest things in this game, in my opinion, for like making houses. You're not making like individual houses, you're making like, hey, here's this plot. All right, let's go there to there to there. Oh, I know I don't have enough right now, but let me build it. Okay. Timber. I need 18. Don't have anything in the saw pit. I have one in the storehouse. I go one in the saw pit, one in the woodcutter's lodge. I need to cut down on one in there. Still have supplies here. I know I'm running out of food. Okay, I guess I will assign one person here. And what do we need? Food for no months. Guess we don't need a saw pit right now. How's our timber looking? We have 11 timber. That should be enough to make at least a couple burgage plots. Maybe not as many as I wanted, or as big as I wanted. Let's go like there to there to there. Yeah. That'd be 6. I'll do that for now, even though eventually I would like all those other ones to be the ones that can be upgraded into 2. Construction finished granary. Okay. Hunting camp has some. Granary doesn't have anyone working it right now, but I also don't have anyone to spare. So that will be okay. We also need woodcutters. They're going for it, right? Oh, fuel for 33 months. Jesus. Okay. Let's go back and make a saw pit now, please. Pretty hard to get access to herbs. Alright, if I wanted to fish, because again, I've never seen the fish before, how would I do that? Well, Fisherman's Hut's pretty cheap. That's pretty good. I know road out access is obstructed. I don't know what I need to... Okay. It's not going to snap to there. Okay. Well, we'll follow what I think is a road-ish. It's called the Desire Path. Alright. Increase the priority of this. Oh, okay, we got that finished. What do we not need any of? Fuel. Saw pit, probably. Yeah, what's our storehouse looking like? We got 5 planks. That'll be enough for now. Alright, Fisherman's Hut. Disconnected from road network. Okay, I know that. So how do I fix that? Does it need to be connected to the road network? I would assume so. Is it still disconnected? It is still disconnected. That's annoying. Is it just because I didn't have a road there when I put it down? Can I fix that? Okay, well. What is still there? Oh, is it because I don't have anyone working at the granary? It is! Okay. Well, what am I gonna do now? Don't think I need anyone working at the storehouse for now. Okay, let's go ahead and build some more burgage plots, because we know we're gonna need them for expansion. Being ambitious here. Being way too confident. Let's rotate that once, twice, 3 times. And sure, 4 for now will do fine. Hope this is entertaining to more people than just me. It is a little bit of like a very technical city builder game. I am not to the point where I have everything optimized quite yet. Obviously, you can see we have only 5 families right now and an approval rating of 47%. So. Oh, look at that. It's a tutorial telling me how to get good, son. Okay, wild animals. I also always pause in these city building games when I have the chance just to get my bearings. I probably shouldn't, but whatever. Okay, so I know there's something called Deep Mine, which allows you to basically continuously harvest a mineral, a rich deposit that's a mineral. When we get to the point of trading, that would be a good thing to have, for this salt deposit, because our trade, the salt excuse me, the salt can turn into our primary regional wealth, source of regional wealth, I should say. I want to see if there's something similar for wild animals. Hopefully that will be the case. But I don't know this that well. Okay. Workers are able to cut holes. Okay, that's something. It's like deep mining down here, so is it advanced skinning? Trapping. It gives passive income of meat. Shoal fish in the region. So last time I played, in my other game, this is the only other experience I have with this, I had berries and I had wild animals nearby. So my sources of food were berries and wild animals. This game, I can do wild animals and fishing as my sources of food. This is all... That's all... Looks like it's all farming related. And this is all like keeping related. Now charcoal burning did come in handy last time I played as well. And this is like economy wise. So like economy, military, and gathering, farming. Let's go ahead and let's go with the trapping, just because I know that'll open us up to other stuff. Oh, I didn't even see this last time. Okay, so here's what I want. I won't be able to do this until... I won't be able to sign policies, I think, until I have a manor. Okay, this is just like all of the... Okay, that's a summary. But I think hunting grounds will help us in that regard. I'm really worried about food. Last time I wasn't so worried about food because these two weren't depleted nearly as much. So we'll see. We'll see how they bounce back, if they bounce back. So we need to get this back up, which hopefully the approval rating will start increasing as the homelessness, the memory of the homelessness disappears. And then we can start gathering more, or attracting more families. I might have to pause this wild animals just because I don't want to deplete this deposit. I'm not sure, actually, if I deplete a rich deposit of wild animals, if they will bounce back. Let me just pause work real quick on that. I think I should be good on food. Yeah, food 15 months, fuel. So that means we need more in the Woodcutter's Lodge. So now we are 2 available living spaces. We're about to have 3. Anything I can do here? I could also do that for vegetables. What's my regional wealth right now? 50? Do that. I could also do chickens. So on some of these I'm going to do vegetables. On some of these I'm going to do chickens. And that's all I can do right now because I only have 5 regional wealth left. Okay. Until I get a trade post and can start trading in basic goods, I'm not going to be able to increase that regional wealth anymore. What do I want next? I think salt is the next one I want. Salt or stone? Let's do... It's a stonecutter camp. I don't have enough planks for it, though. Fuel. Let's pause on the fishing as well. Just because I think we're good on that front. Our granary still has food. Our storehouse still has stuff, but it's not in the market right now. That's not that big of a deal. Let's go ahead and assign one of our assigned workers to the saw pit. Just so that we can start getting some of those planks that we need. Let's see, what do we need? Oh, we have planks. Why was that telling me we didn't? I don't know. I think I was just going crazy. Stonecutter camp, mining mill. So let's put a stonecutter here. That's going to get depleted pretty quickly. Mining pit, we'll put here. That's not going to be too bad. Yeah. Why am I down? Homelessness? That's fine. And then let's start plotting out more burgage plots. I always build more than I need. I know I still have 3 available, but we're gonna fill those up pretty quickly. So let's go make another road connecting these 2 roads. Okay, further out. And we'll do something like that. And then something like this. That's a nice little neighborhood we got right now. We can mark some of these burgage plots out. Okay, winter's approaching. How's our fuel supply looking? Fuel for 12 months, food for 16. That's good. Means our woodcutter can probably keep going, truth be told. Man, our logging camp is doing work. I'm probably gonna need a forester. Yeah, let's go ahead and get a forester. Oh, and our family's grew. Let's get a forester's camp. Work kind of in tandem. So our stonecutter camp is done. Let's go ahead and assign one of the families here. And let's extend that road. Okay, so there's our storehouse. Storehouse should be on the road close enough to get the stone deposit, and when I get another family, I think the next one I'm assigning to is that salt deposit. We have available living spaces. We don't have anyone working on the fish. Where are our families assigned? Is there any way to see that? Ah, there we go. Is it? Maybe. Yeah, no one's working there, no one's working there, no one's working there. Okay. I don't know why it's telling me that unless... Oh, because I don't have anyone work in the storehouse? No one's gonna come take that stuff up? Okay. Kind of annoying, but whatever. 53, still above 50. And we still have plenty of living space available. So we should see some growth here a little bit more. Eventually I'm going to want to build a trading post, yeah. Let's do that, and let's make sure we have that on the main road. We'll have it on the main road here-ish. Yeah, here. So that it is close enough to the storehouse. Actually, let's do it here. So it's close enough to the storehouse and the granary. Granary? I think it's granary. I actually don't know how that's pronounced. Alright. 6. We're still good. Still good. I don't know. He keeps telling me that. Is it because my storage is full? It might be because my storage is full. Well, sounds like I need to start constructing a lot more stuff. So, let's do that. Let's construct... We got all that. Let's construct another mining pit over here for gathering our clay. And let's get our road network to meet up with it. Hey, we got one back. So let's go ahead and do that one there. One back. I mean, our village grew by one, I should say. Go ahead and make that the highest priority. Because once we get tiles, we can start making them into... Or sorry, once we get clay, we can start making them into clay tiles and start upgrading some of these houses. Actually, you could start upgrading the houses regardless. Right? Unless I'm mistaken. Is that clay tiles or is that planks? I think that's planks. Yeah. Why can't I upgrade that? Requirements not met. Level 2 beverages. I'm confused. Why can't I upgrade that? Two timber and 8 planks. I definitely have that. Okay. Whatever you say, boss. Alright, mining pit. Let's go ahead and pause production on the logging camp and reassign to the mining pit. And we'll go ahead and industry. Let's go ahead and make a clay furnace not too far from the mining pit. And then we will also go ahead and make a tannery. Again, not worried about this placement, just so long as it's close enough to our hunting area. So... how are we doing? We still have 6 available homes. Oh, right. Water access. That's what it is. And a couple other things. Alright, so, well... let's go ahead and put this right here. That's good enough. Plenty of underground water there. And what else do we need? We need a church and clothing stall. So we need something to make into leather. That's what the tannery's gonna do. And this is trading post still under construction. So I think next up we... maybe I need to make another storehouse, jeez. Or upgrade this. Yeah, let's upgrade it. Hey, we got another one. Okay. Let's go ahead and we can resume fishing, I suppose. How are we doing? Food for 6 months? Yeah, let's resume fishing. And let's get another one on the hunting camp. Clay furnace is good. We need a trading post person. I don't even know what I would want to trade. Probably commodities. Salt, eventually. Yeah, because we have 45. Yeah. What can I pause? Fuel. We need to make a church still as well. So let's make that church. And probably want it to be close to center of town. I don't want it over here, do I? No, well, actually. Don't hate that. That's kind of cool. Do I want it up here? Yeah, let's put it up here. Hey, cool. Now we can get someone working at a tannery because someone moved in. Let's also plan out the next burgage plots. I don't have enough of that. Well, that's not true at all. Maybe it is. Yeah, I only have 9 timber. Whoops. I guess that's what happens when I turn this off. But if I resume, people are not going to construct anything. I don't need to make my burgage plots right now. I can wait until I have... because I don't have anyone working the forester's hut either. Again. How do I see my other excess? I'll probably pause that. Since I haven't... sold anything yet. Salt is going to be an export, and we want an excess. Oh, is it down right now? Sure, in excess of 15, I don't know. Oh, cool. That means I can staff that right now. Awesome. And let's also say, is anyone working on tannery yet? They are. Okay, let's also trade leather. Oh, I don't have enough regional wealth. Dang it. I don't have enough regional wealth for that. Okay, that's fine. Is this depleted? I think that is. Yeah. My stone got depleted. 52 stone left. No surprise here, but the bit rate when I'm playing Manor Lords here, a lot more jumpy. A lot of oh cool, I can a lot more variance here. Can I not? Okay, let me make a. I can't even do an exported one. That's weird. Okay. Anyway, my bitrate is a lot more jumpy than when I was playing, or when I was just doing the Inkscape stuff. And a shock to absolutely no one. Alright. Upgrading to a large storehouse, upgrading to a large granary as well. I need 2 burgage plots of level 2 or higher. What am I still missing for this? Nothing. Alright, let's do that. Let's make that a highest priority. Let's go ahead and upgrade one of the ones that already has something on it as well. Oh, I don't have timber. Where's all my timber going? I do now. Alright, give me that timber. Make that the highest priority as well. Just so we can get that upgrade ASAP. Crafting materials. Leather. Okay, now I can establish a trade route. Let's say that. Establish a trade route. Leather. So we want a desired surplus of 20. Yeah? We can play around with that eventually. My salt is going to be sold so quickly. And hopefully, we'll be able to get deep mine pretty quick. You're upgrading, you're upgrading. Oh, you're upgrading, you're upgrading, sorry. This is about how it goes. It looks sketchy for a little bit, but then you start to really roll it out. And this is why I didn't want to... Oh no, well, but no. Okay, they haven't gone far. Can I relocate this? I can relocate this. Okay. So let me just advance. What's your area? I wish it told me your area. I'm only gonna... Oops. Say a limited work area here. That's only damaged because my granary is still under construction. Yeah, it's fine. I don't want to, basically, I don't want to over-harvest our wild animals. Oh, and we got that development point. I really, really want to get this deep mining. Hides from traps. Enables hunters to skillfully lay traps in the forest. Yeah, so let's get the charcoal burning first, and then we'll get deep mining after that. Burgers plots to level 2 or higher, 2 of 5. Okay, so I just need to upgrade a couple more times. You need... Requirements are not met. Food stall supply. Granary. Okay, we can't do all that, but we can do that much. Because I don't want to completely deplete that. Then let's also go ahead and make... How are we doing? Fuel for 11 months. Let's go ahead and make that... Charcoal kiln? Nope, that's not right. That's not what it is. I mean, that is what it is. It's just not right there. Let's assign one person there. Let's say you're going to reforest this area, and you're, as a logging camp, going to only harvest that area that we are reforesting. Work area is empty. Yeah, I know work area is empty. Is that going to be an issue? Yeah, it probably will be. Alright, we have plenty of of planks, so I guess I should put some limits on this. So we're only going to do that when we have an excess of... Oh, woodcutters I can't even do. I thought I could... Am I going crazy? I thought woodcutters I could put a limit on. Maybe not. Oh well. Right, let's upgrade you. Let's upgrade you. And let's upgrade you. And you also need something to be produced. We have got plenty of regional wealth too. Oh my gosh. Okay, I want to at least get to the next level and get deep mining. And then I think that's where I'm going to call the stream. Because it's already 9:30 right now, so. What's this? Work area is empty. Who's that for? It's for you. Oh, I know. Here. You can, let's just say, work. Sure, you can work this area. Man, my salt is selling so well. Yeah, because once I get that... Ooh. I don't even have anyone working the furnace. Say, reserve... Can I just type in here? Awesome, I can. So that's only going to work. That's only going to work, excuse me, if I have more than 10. How are we doing for upgrading? That's upgrading. Level 2, level 2, level 2, level 2. That's 4 of them. That's 5 of them. So that one should get us... Yeah, should get us there. Yep. Almost to the best percentage. We're at 68. Hey, settlement level reached. There we go. Okay, now we can get deep mining. And then let's go ahead and on this guy, he's not a rich deposit, right? Our salt is though. So we can upgrade our salt to a deep mine. And that way our salt will always be our, like I said, always going to be our regional wealth producer. We don't need this road anymore, so let's delete that. Oops. There we go. It's pretty good so far. I mean, the worst we have is that our fuel might run out. But I think we'll be okay. What do we need? We need a tavern. We need to upgrade our church. We need roof tiles, which we do have available now. We need another clothing stall, so... Ooh, that's interesting. That's like more production. Further than I've gotten so far. Yeah. So tavern we can do, but we don't have access to rye. That might have to be like an import on our part. I'm wondering if I should just make a second mine over there, over the rich deposit. Okay, well, that's pretty good. Let's see, can I get just normal speed? I don't know how to do. Let me see controls. I know there's like a first person. Control C is cinematic mode. Oh, that just takes away the UI. Well, I wanted to walk through the village. Oh, that's a bummer. Oh well. Let's see, can I look at any of these? That's cool that that's a quick means of accessing this. The last little bit will just be me trying to figure out if I can do... Ah, visit mode. There we go. Hey. Alright, so I'm starting out here. What is this? Fishing village? Yeah, fishing village. And there's my clay, I think. Yeah. It's my clay mine and the tile area over there. It's going to take me a while to get to the village proper, the way this guy's running, this little lord. By the way, this looks nothing like Granny L's, I just want to say. 0 out of 100. I wanted to be piloting Granny L's around my village. Hey, oxen. Or I guess it's ox. It's a singular. Charcoal area. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Across from... Don't remember what this one is. Sawmill, maybe? Yeah, maybe something like that. And then woodcutter's camp. Alright, that's the lumber camp. That's the woodcutter's camp. This is something I don't know. Large storehouse, I think, is this right here. Yeah, this is definitely my large storehouse. I want to go see my salt mine at least. Up, up, up. Man, it must suck for anybody working at the large salt mine. They have such a long commute. Such a long way to walk to get to work. Well, and they're working in a deep pit salt mine, so... How far in can I go? Oh, I just walk on top. Okay, never mind. Again, this is a early access game, so I'm kind of just like flying by the seat of my pants. If things break, things break. Can't really do anything about it. I think that's a trader coming. I don't know who else would be that far out from town, because I don't have any buildings that way. That must be a... yeah, like a traveling merchant coming to trade. So I know that's a thing that happens. What do you have on your back? Yeah, that must be what you are. Or it's someone coming to join my burgages. Welcome, welcome. I think this is the... one of these is the trading... I think this whole thing is the trading hall, actually. Oh, this is the tannery. They're making leather. Cool. This is the tannery. next to the granary. And then the hunter's camp. Cool, cool. I follow that around. Another hunter. These are some of the burgages. This one has chickens, that has veggies. Yeah, if I keep going around, that'll lead me further away. Oh, nice little outhouse here. More burgages on this side that haven't been upgraded yet. And my market stalls. Got a couple different stalls out. I want to go see. I think these are just more burgages, if I'm not mistaken. I'm worried about is my church here. My nice little churchyard. Not exactly central to town, but town will build up around it. Yeah. That's okay. Neat. I actually do really like this feature as far as like a city builder goes. Really, it's like most city builders, you're way removed from like your whole little place. So whether it's your city, your town, your village, your kingdom, whatever. Walking third person around is kind of cool. A lot of attention to detail in this nice little game, and because it's early access, they're still adding new features. So might change a lot more. That'll be kind of cool. I wouldn't mind like a map editing feature, though. I know, like from design perspective, I know how hard like developing for that can be. Oh well. Okay, let me escape out of that. And we're left in a good spot. 76 approval rating. Nice. All right. Let me just save game here, and we'll call it. Oh well, I guess we call it. Save game number 2. Alright, well, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for making some stuff with me, being creative, as always. This might be last thing last stream I do for a while. You know, I'm very hit or miss when it comes to streaming. Kind of just do it when the urge hits me. So we'll see. But hopefully next time I do tune in, I might be able to show you those stained glass pieces we worked on. That'd be kind of cool. But yeah, we will see about that. As always, the VOD of this will be up on YouTube not long after I wrap this up. So you can always watch it there. All right. Till next time.